What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Steven, castle levels of 30. Has this archer that he validated it with, more hit points than me, less DPS. It's pretty standard for most archers, and I think that more hit points is better, like I've said previously, but let's jump into it. 1,000 crowns, I get 40 if I win with 3 stars, and I don't lose any. That might be because of a retaliation, though, I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know that that makes it so you don't lose crowns. I don't think it does. I think only dying makes it so you don't lose crowns for like 15 minutes. Alright. I'm gonna see if there's something over here with a headshot. It looks like there was, so I think I just sniped like a battering ram or something. Obviously there's gonna be something else in there. That's what I was trying to do, is pull it this way, because it'll be a little bit easier. Will this hit me? No. Alright. I think it died. It's reviving somewhere over there. Killing the dampener's nice. Alright, I'm gonna start going over there now. Never mind. Let's kill off this thing first. There we go.
Not going to happen. I hate to leave good loot behind. I can't carry anymore.
I gotta go this way to see what's over here. It's just a couple units protecting this mine. Which in my opinion, if I knew this, I probably wouldn't have even killed the mine. I'd probably just, I might die actually right here. And that's why, it's because it's not really worth it. These are the type of groups that I was talking about that used to be really good, that people don't really use anymore. And it's good to see someone actually using them other than me. I was going to build a castle that was similar to this, but not quite exactly. But they're basically like smelly warriors are really good at zoning people out. Battering rams are pretty good. You know, all of these units have the ability to do a lot of damage, and they're pretty cheap, so that's why they're good. Alright, I just kind of have to go through this as quickly as possible because there's just a ton of damage here. Alright, in fact, I think I'm going to just not try to get mines right now, and just try to get into the boss room. I could come back if I need to. I might die right here, though. Because there's just so many mobs. I need to get to the back of the boss room. There's too much trap pressure and stuff like that for me to handle. This is the problem with having a low amount of health, is that you can't tank as much of stuff that's happening on the screen at once. This is exactly why I'd like more health. So yeah, I've been dying to like a lot of castles now because I think my gear is just not correct for what I need it to be. I have to kill off these puppeteers because they just keep healing everything. Alright. So yeah, the all in the boss room strategy seems to come back later on when there's a lot more damage that gets dealt. There's a couple units outside of the boss room as well, but webmasters also are really good units for this type of strategy because it knocks you down. Oh my god, really? Alright, I'm gonna die again. There's nothing I can do, I don't have any potions left. I got a health globe though, so I might be okay. Yeah, I'll grab these. Okay. Webmasters aren't that strong if you can kite them backwards, but since you have to stay in like the small confined area to not take trap damage, there's not really anywhere that you can kite. That's why they're pretty good. I have to empty my inventory after this. But yeah, pretty good castle, ended up killing me. It's another one of those rooms where you kind of put a ton right inside of this room, and then you have an all in the boss room strategy going along with it, so that you can't really kite backwards into this room. There's not really anything that you can do. The only way to really do it is to either kite this room and clear it out, and then go into the boss room, or pull this boss room into the, or pull this room into the boss room and then fight it in the back, where I was trying to do it there. And it's pretty difficult to do that because there's not much area to work with in this area, especially with units like Webmaster plus Zeke. That's like a deadly combo. If the Webmaster hits you, the Zeke will hit you, and then you'll just die if you don't have the hit points to tank it. So, pretty good castle. We'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, for number 2 we have Loki Wider, castle levels of 28, validated with this mage here. So let's jump into it. I did take a look at the stream that mentioned a lot of the balance updates that are coming, and it seems pretty promising. Most of them seem pretty good. so that's pretty awesome. If you guys haven't checked that out, check out the official Mighty Quest stream. You can see the VOD there. Don't know when that's actually going to be coming. Unfortunately, like the test server's under NDA, so I can't really do any videos on it before they come out. Or I would jump on there and do like some castle testing and stuff like that before the changes go live. But it is under NDA, so I can't do that. All right, so we have one of these rooms with a ton of mouse wheel traps, which is always extremely difficult to get through, as you guys can see. Yeah, it's so hard for me to get through that with such low hit points. I gotta get better about dealing with these rooms. It's like you get stunned and then you're silenced and you can't really go anywhere. I have to change my thought about mouse wheels because they've been killing me a lot lately. Alright, so let's take a look at this room. I'm not going to worry about dying anymore since I've already died once. That's actually interesting. The Defenetrons block damage from mines. I didn't know that. So yeah, and then you also put 2 mines in here, which makes it even more difficult because the easiest way to deal with this is to either kite the mobs out. I guess that's something I should actually be trying to do in these rooms. I'm not sure if it works. But yeah, I'm gonna end up dying again most likely. But yeah, I'm not sure that if you can pull the mobs from the room previous. I don't think I'll be able to stay alive here. Yeah. So I'll just kite everything into the back and end up. Actually, I don't have enough. I don't have enough gold to be able to do this. So let me escape the castle because I'm having a feeling that I'm going to need to revive to be able to get through this. But let's just, so that I have the gold, let's sell off a couple items that I might have. And that should be able to help out a little bit. I actually don't have that many items that I can sell though, because I think I just sold a little while ago. I can go through and sell some of this stuff, but a lot of this is gear upgrades or magic find gear when I'm farming or anything like that. Alright, so how much do I have right now? 2,900. I need just a little bit more so that I can revive twice. Alright, so let's just sell off that. A lot of the stuff I haven't even checked to see if it's an upgrade or not. I just keep it here because I haven't went through and checked it. Because I have to look, a lot of my my people don't have their main gear on. It's all just kind of still sitting here because they're not leveled up. So it's hard for me to, I have to find the item that I would use on them, and then I have to go and compare it. But I should have 2 revives now. That should be enough, hopefully. And I also do want to test something out with these setups. That might make them a little bit easier for myself. Alright, so let's go back into this castle. And if I don't end up finishing it this time, if I run out of gold again, then I'll probably have to just not do this castle. Finish it, I guess. Because I got to the end boss room, you guys can kind of see. This is a room that's being used more and more frequently as of late, with the mouse wheel traps inside of that room that has that long corridor, and then 2 on the opposite sides, 2 entrances. I don't know the exact name of the room, but yeah. I do want to try to see if I can pull the group out before I actually enter the room, because I think that could help a lot, a lot, if I can do that. And it seems like it should be possible. So let's give it a try. I'm just gonna kind of rush through it. Okay, so this is the room. You've got these ballista traps here that I have to kind of trick and then throw a volley in. Okay, so that one didn't work. I have to probably get inside of the room a little bit more. I should test this myself without having any pressure like this, build a castle myself and see what I can do. There is also another way is that I could, I'm not actually sure if those springboard traps throw you in or backwards, but if I could get right in there, that little spot where there's no springboard trap, it might help as well. I'm just going to throw a volley in there and see if it pulls anything. Okay, it did pull something. So that's really good. And then I can just kite backwards a little bit to a safe zone. And hopefully these mobs will pull. And there's the dampener. That's what I really want to kill. Is the dampener is the scariest thing in there. Because that's what's keeping me on those mouse wheel traps. When I get on them and I'm able to stand up, I have to be able to roll off of them. So if I can kill this off, it should make it a lot easier. Alright, so these guys are still not coming. Let's see if I can pull them back like this. I mean, I can just jump over this if I have to. I'll have to use one potion either way. So if I pull this back far enough, they will eventually come. They keep within a certain distance of you all the time. There we go. So I think there's one other group in there that I didn't pull, but it won't aggro as soon as I get inside of the room, which is the most important thing. Alright. So that's what I was hoping I could do. Something that I haven't done nearly as much as I used to do in castles is try to make things get pulled before I actually enter the room. There should be another group somewhere up in there, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as difficult now. But we'll see. Actually, no, it did aggro still. But you can see I did manage to get out of that a lot easier. I only took a sliver of damage instead of losing my entire health bar. It takes a little bit more time, and I used one extra potion while I was kiting that back because I had to kite it over spike traps, which I could have probably avoided as well. And if I can kill off that dampener, it'll help a lot. See, the monsters aren't scary unless you're on top of those mouse wheels, because they can't really fight me. Alright, so I killed off most of it. I think there's one thing there, and then I'll use a potion. Oh, I messed up my roll through there. Alright, and then I get to the other side, and that works out a lot better. So that's what I'm going to be doing against these rooms from now on. It's definitely a better strategy. These are pretty scary as well. Alright, so I'm just going to go to the back of the room now. See if I can get through this without dying, but it's going to be difficult. There's another dampener right there that I'd like to be able to kill, because they are the reason why I can't dodge things. Yeah, I think I'll end up dying in this castle. Dampener again got me there, I'm pretty sure. Because I wasn't able to get out of the Stairmaster thing. Alright, well I'll be able to kill it now. Yeah, you can hear the dampener every time I get silenced, it makes that weird noise. Dampeners are probably my worst enemies. There, I think I killed it there. Oh no, it's actually a silence trap, not a dampener. I don't know what I'm thinking. I didn't notice that. Alright. So yeah, really good castle. It killed me, what, like 3 times? 2 the first time and then 1 this time. I did get a little bit better about dealing with that room, so I'm going to start using that strategy of just pulling it out. You know, just throwing in a volley, and then it'll pull the mob out towards you. And that should help a lot, dealing with that room specifically. And then I just have to get better about dealing with these boss rooms and avoiding silence traps, because that's what really kills me. If I get silenced and I can't dodge something, it'll just kill off all of my life, because I don't have enough hit points and armor and stuff. But yeah, really good castle. We'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Adam 2. Castle level is a 24. Valid on any one of these guys. I think I've ran this castle a couple of times, I'm not really sure. Obviously it's probably different, but let's jump into it. If I end up dying at level 24 castle, this is actually, it says it's a hard castle with a 70% win rate, but hopefully at being, you know, 4 levels above, it shouldn't be too terribly difficult for me.
Those monsters won't know what hit them.
Alright, so starting off, see if I can figure out what's up there. I can't really figure it out. Most likely it's going to be a Pete Poundmore room. That's what people generally use up there, if, you know, since fire mines have been nerfed. It is not. It actually goes straight into the boss room, it looks like. So I can see why this is getting kills. Like right there I took a Zeke shot, and like there's so much going on in this room. I actually feel like the best way of dealing with this would be to pull it back out the way I came. It'll be a little bit difficult to do that, but there's way too much going on. Like there's so much in here that this has always been the way to deal with this type of setup. Is if you go from one room into the boss room with literally everything inside of it, there's no reason not to pull it to the entrance, because there's so much room to maneuver around, and there's way too much trap pressure. You'll take so much extra damage. So this is going to be a lot easier. than it would be if this same setup was used at like level 28, because obviously I'm dealing more damage and I'm taking less damage from lower level mobs. Stairmasters on Ominous Orb, you saw they were ticking for 11 points of damage. You know, until the balance update actually rounds that stuff out. Apparently, I'm not sure if this was said on stream or whatever, but I don't care, I'm going to talk about it anyway. Apparently at the higher tier levels where I said that they got a huge damage buff, which was like level 28 or whatever, it was apparently a bug that made them deal 10x damage and fire 5x slower than they used to, which is kind of crazy. I was just under the assumption that like that's the level in which they gained a huge damage buff because they hit their tier number 4, and that was like what was added. Because I feel like that's the only reason you would use them, and they like quote unquote fixed that bug, but basically they just smoothed it all out. And in the stream they said they buffed the damage, which they did at the lower levels, but I'm wondering if the damage was buffed at the highest tier. I wonder if that damage is actually going to be buffed, or if it's going to be nerfed because supposedly there was a bug that made it deal 10x damage. That's kind of something important because it's either going to make Stairmasters get ridiculously strong, or it's going to make them just kind of decent to use, but not as good as probably everything else. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how that all plays out. I might mess around on the test server myself. Unfortunately, I won't be able to really talk about it until the changes go live on the public server. But there's some interesting stuff, you know, that might be coming from those balance changes. I could see some neat things like the IMAX, the one where it launches the purple eyeballs. They buffed the damage on that substantially, like 3 times what it normally does, up to like 1,600 or something. Which I feel like that could be really cool if that does enough damage. Like if it actually hits me for roughly 1,500 or something, then you have to only hit 2 of those eyeballs to kill an archer that has my health. Or like, you know, a knight would have to hit 3 of those eyeballs. So I'm thinking about things like 1 or 2 of those IMAXs, and then just a bunch of displacement monsters which will just push you or pull you around, like Hungerbots, Scorpios, Battering Rams, Webmasters, all these things that push the champion. And if you get pushed into those eyeballs just randomly, it's almost like a game of chance when you get thrown or whatever. If you hit 3 of them, you die instantly, and I find that to be really cool because it's kind of like this weird boss fight where it's shooting out those pink eyeballs at like 5 different directions, because the IMAX shoots out in like every angle or whatever. It seems pretty interesting to me. Some setups that could come off of that. And then the whole barricading thing as well. I almost wish they used the barricade, like you could set up your barricades like they're trying to do jelly walls now, where they drop in behind the person. Like after they walk back, they drop in the barricade. The jelly wall could be used similarly to that, but it'd be a little bit different because obviously it goes inactive after 10 seconds or whatever. This stuff will probably change, but I'm just theory crafting. I've been thinking about it a little bit since I watched the stream, and it could lend some interesting things. I'm not sure about the jelly wall change in general, but all that stuff's gonna have to be tested and tweaked on the test server anyway, so not really any point in talking about it until it goes live. But that's the end of this video. We did number 3, so if you guys want to be a part of Eurocast, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. There's a link to that in the description, as well as a spreadsheet that I kind of add all the names to, and it shows whether or not I've ran your castle yet, when I'll be running your castle, and stuff like that. And also it tells you when I updated the list, so it's not automatic or anything like that. But just shoot me an email, and I will get to your castle whenever I have time. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.